Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about Ubisoft again. Not only are they going to butcher Splinter Cell with the upcoming Netflix adaptation, which to be fair is not only Ubisoft's fault but also Netflix's fault, but now it seems that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is also going to get butchered by them. This is an article by IGN, and you already have the title here. Stop removing the modern day. Assassin's Creed fans react as Black Flag Remake reportedly cuts everything outside the Animus. No longer present. What does this mean? Let's look at it. Assassin's Creed fans are reacting with disappointment after a new report on Ubisoft's long-expected Black Flag remake has stated that the game will no longer contain any modern-day gameplay. Which is such a weird idea to me. The report, published by French outlet Jeux Vidéo, probably butchered that, states that all of Black Flag's modern day sections have been removed from the upcoming piratical remake, which is currently set to launch in 2026. In the original Assassin's Creed Black Flag, players occasionally pop out of the Animus to explore the offices of Abstergo Entertainment, unlocking clues to how the story of pirate Edward Kenway is tied to this series' overarching modern-day narrative. Which, to be fair, it has its issues, but it was, for me personally, a very interesting thing to see the modern day of, well, the Assassin's Creed universe. Because you're not only captured in the Animus, but also have this nice what's the word I'm looking for? Not transitioning. The nice mirror, basically, to the old-timey things where you have the action and everything. And, of course, the stealth. And then you have the modern-day Batman-esque narrative where you walk around and look for stuff. You talk to people in a different kind of way. That is what I enjoyed. My memory is probably wishy-washy right now. It's been a while that I've played these games. I played the Assassin's Creed games once up until Black Flag, and then I played, what was it? The one in London? I forgot the name. Brotherhood. And the one after that one with the pyramids, but that one took me 3 years to finish because it it was not a good game. Well, at least for me. Uh, um, Ubisoft is reportedly adding extra content from Kenway's pirate era to make up the lost gameplay hours, including additional story for his fellow pirate Marie Red that never made it into the base game, which would indeed be welcome. Ah, interesting. Other changes for the remake include overhauled combat and gear systems that act closer to other more modern Assassin's Creed games, which I personally do not like. Overall, though, the excision of Black Flag's modern day portions looks to be the most noteworthy change, and one that is not going down well with some fans, especially after the threadbare modern day storyline in Assassin's Creed Shadows. I have no idea what happened in Assassin's Creed Shadows, to be completely fair. I, with Valhalla and even the game before, Odyssey, I don't know, man. The storyline is just screwed up right now. There is nothing that I really enjoyed. Then with the low-key storyline and everything in Valhalla, oh my god. But yeah, I hope it's not true that they removed the modern day sections, wrote have lost 6388 in a long Reddit thread the report discussing the report. I'm sorry, my brain is a little bit jumbled still because of the medication right now. I'm really sorry that I have to put you through this. Without the modern day storyline and the ancient aliens sci-fi stuff, modern AC games are just Witcher 3 clones with stealth mechanics. That is actually really fitting, just that Witcher 3 was the better game. They need to stop removing modern day content, added zero Zelath. It's honestly one of my favorite parts, and that stems from the earlier games. Yes, because Desmond, Desmond Miles or whatever his name was, I forgot. I really loved the parts in the first game when you just walk around the office. It wasn't much. It was really just basically 2 rooms. But going on the computer, look through the files, and then figuring out that the one lady is also an assassin, and oh, that was so awesome. Uh, However, continue. I was actually looking forward to it in Shadows after how Valhalla ended, but then Shadows had literally nothing. Wait, it had nothing? It was such a big disappointment on that front, like genuinely. The modern day stuff is part of how the franchise works, so it should always be present in some form and be telling an overarching story. Oh my god, Ubisoft, stop removing the modern day segments, added Kamwigui. The best of the series is the fact that was very clear that we were in a simulation. Yes, also very, very true. As well as adding to Assassin's Creed overarching story, the modern day sections in Black Flag tie closely into the narrative of Kenway's historical quest, leading some fans to question how Ubisoft will handle the lack of wider context. There are so many questions. Well, maybe we're getting to them. Wouldn't removing the modern day scenes remove a pretty big part of the story regarding the Sage? Questioned RE441. I don't see how you can do the story without the modern day stuff tying it all together. Pizza Planet 420. I love that name. The ending of the game in the modern day is literally the bookend to the entire story. Oh, I don't remember that one. It's been a while. Of course, delving back into the series' previous modern-day storyline featuring long-term antagonist Juno would require a bit of re-explaining at this point. But considering how that storyline ended up being dropped and concluded in a spin-off comic, wait, it did? This could have been a good opportunity to do more there. I didn't know that. I really, really dislike when studios are trying to do the multimedia storytelling thing. We had this one with Halo, which is really, really bad because you have to read so many novels to have the full picture of the story, even though the majority of Halo players are just playing the video games, like me. And yes, I'm a little bit more into it because I'm also watching Hidden Xperia with his videos that are great for Halo lore. And right now I have this with Gundam Seed, where you have the Gundam Seed Destiny, then you have the manga, and then you have to look for interviews and so on, and it's so bad. I really do not like that. Never do this. This is always a bad idea. Ubisoft is yet to formally announce its highly anticipated Black Flag remake, though its existence is an open secret after years of leaks. Yes, including from the voice actor behind Edward Kenway himself, as well as company making collectible figurines for the game. IGN has contacted Ubisoft for more, but apparently there is nothing more. Damn, damn, damn. Wait, who has written this article? Tom Phillips. Okay, yeah. And I don't know if... Is this... Wait, where was the link for the Reddit thread? Is this the same one? Oh yeah, it's the same one. Okay. Because I found this Reddit thread as well. We're not going to look at the video, otherwise this video would take too long. But you have it linked here. because this is the source is Jeux Vidéo Magazine. Magazine? Or I don't know. I really don't know how to pronounce that. New details on the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake by Zemboy. The remake removes the modern day and replaces them with more content in Edward's pirate era, a few extra hours compared to the original. Gameplay will shift closer to the RPG style of newer Assassin's Creed games, which I really do not like. Loot and gear stats for Edward, which I also do not like. Inventory systems and combat leaning toward the RPG style rather than the choreographed combat of the original, which will be dearly missed. No loading screens when moving between ship and land, that one is nice. Map is not bigger, I like that one. But islands will be filled with more activities and side content. So it's another checkbox game. Why? Oh yeah, because to buffer the game time and to sell you maps and to sell you XP boosters. Time savers and so on. Expected to include cut content from the original, like parts of Mary Red's storyline that were dropped in 2013. It's been 12 years. Damn. It's not on the same big budget remake level as Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2, but more of a faithful reimagining with updates. Yeah, but still. Uses Ubisoft's new Anvil pipeline engine, same as AC Shadows. Don't know how that one was. Apparently the game runs really, really well, AC Shadows. But I must say, even though there are a lot of negatives right now, I like that Ubisoft is having their own engine. This is the same thing I'm saying with Capcom. Yes, Capcom's engine, the RE engine, has problems with open world games. Obviously, I'm not defending that. But their single player, oh no, the other ones are also single player, but they're more streamlined games. Let me phrase it like that. There is no secret that they run well, that they are really great, and this is why I'm really excited for Resident Evil Requiem. I'm excited for Pragmata and Onimusha. So if, not if, Ubisoft already has its own engine. There is still the if. If Ubisoft can pull themselves out of the dirt, their engine, their own engine, will probably help them in the long run. Release window currently targeted for early 2026, likely March, though some sources think it could slip to late 2026. Yeah, depending on how they will handle the... it's not a lawsuit against the CEO. What was it? Is it a lawsuit? I forgot. He's in court. They are reusing some assets from Skull and Bones to cut costs. Of course, they have to do that right now, but it won't be obvious to players. We will see. Don't say that. It will probably be obvious to players. Or it's not going to be obvious for players because not literally, I'm obviously being hyperbolic here. No one plays Skull and Bones. Again, sources Jeux Vidéo Magazine, who have gotten few Assassin's Creed related things right before, and the write-up is by Hidden One on YouTube. And here again is the link. I'm going to link the IGN article and the Reddit thread in the description box down below, as always. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. It's been a while where I've been a little bit excited for Assassin's Creed. I'm really scared that this is going to be another one of those, again, checkbox Assassin's Creed games where you just have to run around and do everything basically. I don't want that. I really do not want that anymore. I don't want a map full with things that are just time buffers, that are just there to keep us there. I don't like that design. I really don't. There are things here that really sound bad, especially the RPG system. I don't like that. The removal of the modern day sections, I especially do not like that. But yeah, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dings. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more video game news every day. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe. If you want, you can support. You can share this video, and support this video with your friends. And yeah, like, subscribe, whatever. Have a great day. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. And I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye, bye, bye.